from finally sunny Nova Gorica, because we have, as you know, also in Italian side, very bad weather, and we cannot see the stars. So it was a very long period of rain, but today is sunny, so we are prepared for starlight, and I remember when we were in Torino, in that time I said to our schools that I go with them once to see the stars in Torino. So I hope that it will be in this year. So we are very proud that we are in this involved in this project. We have our external expert today, who is Mr. Marco Koscak, and who will be our first speaker. So I give the floor to Mr. Marco, and we proceed with our program.
Thank you, Chertomir. Am I allowed to share the screen? I hope yes.
Yes, you are. You should. The green button in the center.
Yep. Okay. Share. Now just confirm that you see the things.
Not yet, but yes, now you can.
It's coming. So let me see. Is this just a couple of seconds that this?
Yeah, here we are. Yes.
Okay. I would like to greet all of you partners. Unfortunately, it's my first opportunity to be with you, but I would like to thank to Regional Development Center of Nova Gorica Agency giving me a chance to be with you. I will speak about the good practice on innovative tourism. Of course, this was developed before ChatGPT, the theory and everything. As we can see, things are going further. I agree, they are there, but still I hope that tourism will stay as a main a kind of interaction between human beings, because I really don't want to be in a position. I hope that I will die before I will be welcomed by robot in some hotel to you know, welcome me as a guest. Anyway, a little bit of joke. I'm offering you for the beginning the, let's say, couple of theoretical kind of things, descriptions. What is innovation? This is from United Nations World Tourism Organization. Basically, I believe that really innovation is a joint kind of action. It is not, if we are talking in tourism, tourism is not the thing which one person could deal with. It will be absolutely needed to cooperate. And in this cooperation network, we see different institutions which are important and which are, by cooperating, bringing together opportunity for innovation. And absolutely, it is also important to say that technology in this context and all opportunities are somehow which we have in the destination important to be researched and developed. Now, just quickly, what are key things which basically relates to different stakeholders in the process of innovation, because everybody needs to prepare the ground to be innovation to come to the point, you see, from the government dealing with the let's say legal things and laying platform for innovation, from academia which contribute frameworks and models on sustainable innovation, because in this 21st century we are talking about sustainable tourism development. I believe that despite post-corona results are showing that we didn't learn much in the process of corona. Namely, many destinations are running in the same trap as before corona, being overwhelmed with too many visitors. I still believe that there is a room for more sustainable approach. In this context, also corporations need to work on the new technologies, and we can see on everyday basis how they are successful, how they implement different organizational structures and visions, etc. How SMS are also progressing, developing their kind of needs and demands on the side of travelers, create innovative solutions, support sustainable development goals, investors who invest in sustainable projects and practices, who work with these other stakeholders into the destination management, and also a different supporting business partner. So this was first type of, if you want, description. The other type which I'm offering to you is from Chinese University of Hong Kong. Chinese supposed to be very innovative. Well, we saw their development. Now we will see how this goes in the post-corona period. They say that innovation is marriage of new knowledge embodied in an invention with successful introduction of what invention into marketplace. And I would say what type of innovations we know in tourism. Here are some suggestions. Product innovation. So launching new products and services for tourism. Then we have organizational innovation, which are new forms of organization and management. I will shortly share with you some practical experience of mine on these first 2 points of innovation. And of course, the remaining others are process innovation, new ways of making tourism known, logistic innovation, new ways of supplying products or services to customers, and market innovation, which is new ways of marketing and consumer behavior. All this innovation actually is happening also on the side, as I said, of sustainable and tourism, responsible tourism, which I believe should and must be the future of our destinations, of our local communities, because otherwise we will face big problems. Do you, maybe colleagues, want to share with me any of your other opinions or definitions of what has been innovative before I sharing with you mine? Anybody? Okay. Then this is my description of innovation. Basically, I see that it is looking into the past, going back to traditions, researching the roots and sourcing the ideas from tradition and past experience. And then with know-how, with the technology, with everything what is offering in nowadays, let's say, expertise worldwide, which is actually the wings and opportunity to understand that we should look out of the box. So respecting trends and assessing long-term strategic opportunities and directions. This is how I see what is innovative. And now going to a couple of good practices. First one, on the Slovenian-Austrian border, Logarska Valley, which is the protected landscape. I'm talking about the organizational innovation. And the main innovation of this area was that the landowners of this valley stepped together, established non-profit company limited, and actually took the decisions about the future in their hands in a way, of course, by cooperating also with other governmental, non-governmental, and private sector stakeholders. This is one of the most known Slovenian destinations. Of course, if we would see now the difference, remember this photo and compare it with this one, we can see how the traditions went from, let's say, more agricultural forestry development into the tourism nowadays. But it is important that we don't lose the touch of these primary sectors, namely agriculture and forestry, because tourism is not the only solution. I think this should also be part of the innovation. We should think how to add value to these sectors rather than these sectors dominate into the destination. So these are the three valleys, and the Logarska Valley is the middle one here, which are working together on the destination of Solčavsko. And these are really the top class environment, I would say, products, experiences, etc., which are one visitor have in the time of visiting, by either walking, hiking, cycling, enjoying the gastronomy, enjoying the landscape. Simply, basically, these are things where you are in a way back to nature, and these are the research elements which we also somehow research in our past research material, monographs. If anybody is interested in this, you can contact Chertomir, and they will provide you my email, so we can develop more on that. Why I'm telling this? Because we did research also how the destination was working in the time of COVID, when everything or majority of Slovenian tourism was down to 70-80% from the previous period in 2019, the Logarska Valley actually faced the big change in terms of public transport arrivals. But in terms of all arrivals, it was very slightly decline or the downside. But in terms of personal transport arrivals, even positive outcome, which means that really destination survived very well in these hard times. And of course, in the period of COVID also, the increase of domestic market was important feature, which helped destination to comes with the relatively good figures. Once again, after all other or a lot of other destinations in Slovenia faced a big negative trend, you see. Some images of this valley, which is really still in a way traditional. For instance, this right down photo is kind of Matko bucket, which is very known natural phenomena, which happens in spring when the waterfall is coming down and actually kind of dig the hole in the snow, which comes during the winter with avalanches. And it is one of the natural features which could be seen till the end of, let's say, May, beginning of June, then it will disappear. And so it means that it relates a lot to the nature, where we, with personal experience and destination colleagues, co-creation and interactive storytelling influence the minds, emotions, and behaviors of our visitors. So basically, this is, I think, also important elements if you want to develop innovative products. Next thing, which I think is also important, and sometimes we forget it, that we have a lot of opportunities in terms of addressing people's senses, different senses. In tourism, the most known 70-80% are vision and taste. All other three, hearings, smell, and touch, is less present. And I believe if we are thinking out of the box, this is opportunity in which way we can think and develop these things. Second case study is my home region, which is the southeast of Slovenia, and I'm talking about the product innovation. And these are vineyard retreats. This is the area where farmers own a building in which they store the tools to maintain, to cultivate the vineyard. These were agricultural buildings, and at some 10-15 years ago, the idea was that we convert these buildings into some nice apartments. But of course, it was not possible, once again, because it was by legislation not allowed to offer agricultural buildings on the market. We started to work on this. We developed the new proposals for new legislation, and it was accepted after probably 4 or 5 years cooperation with the ministry, with the responsible institutions. And now this is one of the best sold products in our region. Majority of the visitors are foreigners, which are in, let's say, 80%, which are staying up to 10 days, which is 3 times more than average stay in the region. We have also some traditional buildings, wooden buildings from, let's say, 18th, 19th century, and they are selling the best. But inside, it's the top class 4-5-star commodity with saunas, with jacuzzis and everything what modern tourist needs. At the same time, you are in the environment, you are in the destination which offers gastronomic experience, you are in the historical destination with beautiful natural and cultural heritage, which could be really enjoyed, worked or traveled by your own kind of source on foot or on bicycle. So basically, these are the results of 2020 and 2021, which are Corona years, and you can see that comparison 2020 to 2019 is 3% growth, and comparison 2021 2020 is 71% growth. It is a perfectly safe destination with the absolutely social distance. You are the only one in the cottage. People wanted such places. They didn't want to go to hotel, which were empty in our destination, but they came here. And a little bit of images how this is. These are all home prepared and homemade products. So basically, you could really enjoy the views, the gastronomy, and let's say the landscape, which is let's say known in the destination. At the same time, having top class standard quality accommodation. And of course, in other parts of Slovenia, this is the area of Nova Gorica, Brda, one of the most, if not the most prominent vineyard and wine destination, where local producers joined and really worked on the new products, in new experiences in the vineyards, basically welcoming guests. So then also, for instance, example of how a wine cellar could be decked in the sand cave in the southeast of Posavje region, close to Zagreb area, basically under earth experience, which is unique and different again. Or if you want combination of the vineyard with the golf course, etc. So these are some, let's say, brief experiences which I wanted to share with you. I hope that at this point we can stop, because then I have also the second part. But I think this is coming after the break. Anyway, if there are any questions, more than happy to answer.
We are almost there. There is a question in the chat. I don't know if you can read it.
Yes. May I answer?
Yeah, I think yes.
Shortly, the question was the question was about the funding of best practice. Basically, was this private sector investment, or how much government funding was involved? In principle, I would say government was involved to the point to provide the ground for legislation, because it was their responsibility to agree with the let's say proposals for new legislation or a changed legislation which will allow renting now before agriculture, and then later on the tourist facilities for the visitors. So this was the process, and of course they invested human capacity and also of course money to provide certain support expertise. And in first case, I would say, where the valley was originating partnership, which was totally private sector, and it is very unlikely as to my knowledge, not just in Slovenia, also abroad, that you have a publicly protected area and private sector is responsible for the management. This is more or less rare and unique experience. But since at the beginning nobody wanted to take over, so the owners make first step, and they were in the discussion with the Ministry of Environment and other related institutions in Slovenia, convincing them that they are trustworthy partners, and it was running for more than 15 years. At the moment, this was converted and changed into the management of the municipality. Because of some personal changes, but in principle, both initiatives were private sector driven, let's say, initiatives, and also yeah, how much of yeah, absolutely, it is right. Look, as I said before COVID, it was 80% foreign market. During the COVID period, it was 80% domestic market. But this last year, which was already 22, was coming back to 60% of foreign guests. But yes, you are right. The vouchers actually contributed to this increase of domestic market into the season. That's right, very right.
Okay, thank you. Good to have some question.
It was just the last.
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
grant money, and it was not actually the grant. Not much grant money, but it was some European funding for rural development. Indeed, through some leader CLLD funding, which was available. Sorry.